Hello everyone, Strict Job here. In this video, I want to talk about one thing that I think is actually important to talk about, and that is dylexia. And you'll be asked why suddenly I'm talking about something that about this and some other topics in the past. Well, you see, this is actually some very serious matter to me, and I will explain in a moment why. Since dylexia is a medical condition that maybe not so many people don't perhaps even know about. Well, there is some medical condition that if people having it has a very hard time to read or even perhaps understanding the letters. For example, if a person reads a book and if the person has dylexia, if the person's from this point of view, the letters can switch places, which makes it harder to read or even understanding to the letters. Since dylexia can't be cured by any medicine or something, only being trained by focus mostly. And here is why I understand why this topic is important. Since I have dylexia myself, I was diagnosed by this when I was about 2 or 3 years old, or perhaps 6, but I have found something right there. And of course, I didn't have much problem without it. I didn't have the same problem as many others do. Like, when I was reading something, the letters didn't switch place. That depends from person to person who has this condition. Like many of my fans of yours, I don't know if anyone who has dylexia as me. But in my case, I was not even embarrassed to be having dylexia. I rarely talk about it to my friends or so. Not because I'm embarrassed or something, but just that I just don't think about it so much. Because I just want to make this video to make this to aware to my fan base, to my subscribers. Because people with dylexia, autism, or etc. has been targeted by others who is perfectly normal, being as seeing them as weak, unintelligent persons, which upsets me quite well. Because people with dyslexia, they can't be, you see, this is something that they can't be responsible for. Because this cannot be born with. It can't be lying in the family and you even don't even know it. In some cases, parents who doesn't know about if they had it, they can be carrying this particular condition into their next generation. Because this is just it's one of those cases that can't be cured, only being treated with some training. But when people target others with this particular event, or this condition, or others, it just makes me upset. Why would they target some people they think are weak and unintelligent or at least stupid? But that is the case here. People with this condition could be much smarter than you ever expect. Who knows? They could be one of the great scientists or famous people out in the world, perhaps a singer, an actor, could have this condition, but still trying to be proud of it. I know that many fans of things, why aren't you suddenly talking about it? But hear me out. I know that many fans out there perhaps know someone famous people who has this particular condition. And yes, it not be able to cure it, no. But treating it, has. It depends from what condition. And if If the people out there who have in this condition feeling embarrassed, feeling that they are not worthy to be around other people, but you have to realize this is a condition that you can't get rid of. You have to live with it. But even if you have dylexia, you can actually train and train to make it better. Because even if that you have hard time to even read, but it can't be also a good access to your in future life. If you don't train it now, or begin trying to get better, who knows what will happen in the future? If you train your dyslexia for much better understanding and focus, trying to read the letters in the books, magazines, or anywhere you read it, it could be a great access in the future. Because if you had a passion to be a journalist, a doctor, an author, a writer for anything, and if you had this particular condition, if you can train and focus enough, you can still reach your goal to be a doctor, an author, doctor, and a writer, or perhaps a journalist. If you don't, what else can you have been doing in your life? I don't know. I was wanted to be. I had actually some dreams to have be a history teacher, but that plan is most likely never going to happen. And you may ask why? Well, not because of this have the dyslexia. Well, perhaps it depends because I didn't have this very high grades as other people do. I didn't have a lot of A plus grades or something, but just even if it focus to go into university or college to study to be a history teacher, it can take a number of years and even of money, which I don't want to spend on. But normally from this condition, it can't be cured, like I said, but only being treated with training and focus. Many automotive fame, famous people could have this particular condition. I was actually unaware about this condition until I was about 6 or 7 years old. I was given a book when I was in first, second grade. I was actually completely unaware of this, but I embraced it. I didn't take that as a weakness at all. I took that just as part of me, who I am. I'm proud to be having dyslexia. Even if my children will have dyslexia, well, I'm not afraid of being carrying that particular condition to next generation. Because even if I don't want to have kids of my own, there is a chance that this I could have passed on to the next generation, to my own children. So if the mother doesn't have that condition, only the father, like me, it would make 50-50 chance that it could be passed on. But still, I just want to inform you all that dyslexia is a condition that can't be cured, but only being focused trained to be made better. If you notice anyone who is in your family, friends, or anyone you know has the dyslexia or has been targeted by others, seeing as that they're weak, stupid, because they can't read enough, help stand up to your friends or family, to anyone you know who has this condition. It isn't worth to have seeing your others being targeted, being pulled down to almost breaking their confidence. I mean, if I was targeted by this particular condition, what would I do? Telling the teachers? Yes. But in normal sometimes teachers doesn't even bother to do anything. Because there has been some cases out there in the world that people, especially teachers, if they have been finding out that this one student has this particular condition, he doesn't want to help. Even if the particular student being targeted as in bullying by others, thinking that particular person who has dyslexia is stupid and can is so stupid he can't even read, and that the teacher and that this student tells the teacher and says, "Okay, I will try to figure out this and to try to talk to this the bully to stop." In some cases, it does happen that the bully stops. In some cases, but others just continue, or even teachers that even doesn't even listen to the students and just continue their own basic life and just ignoring the students, doesn't even want to help them. That is a mentally abuse from teachers and including the bullies. Because what happened if this student or students would have this condition being bullied and never been understanding? What happens? They just break down. In some worst case scenario, suicide. Or at least that could happen. There are there are even some case that the parents could also been ignoring their own children, trying to treat them not especially treat them as they are not worth as any particular case of any as a kid. And I think parents, teachers, anyone should be aware this condition is life part of it. If I was a parent now and I had kids would have this condition and they were a target, I would immediately find out who these parents, the bully's parents are, telling them to come to school, and including if I went to school, finding those teachers, and find the teacher at the teaching class, and even the bully's parents, and telling them, including the teacher, that your your kids are bullying my kid or kids because they have dyslexia or even has another condition. I don't tolerate that. They have to apologize or if it has been anything, but that can happen. I know that many wonders, will they ever find a cure for dyslexia? Who knows? And exactly when, how, or who will discover it? That is some questions that I can not even answer for. But at the same time, if you had anyone, family, friends, or if you know anyone, neighbor, anyone particularly has this type of condition, stand up for it, help it. You can try and help and teach your friend or family member about this condition. Just make sure that no one is being targeted. I don't want to hear any more stories about this online or from any friends that they have been targeted by this particular bullying or cyberbullying or that. I know it is hard to live with this condition. I've been feeling that you will be targeted as bullying if this condition came out by teachers or something. But at some point, you have to realize this could come out at some point, even if you don't want to. But you have to be brave enough to stand up yourself or have friends to stand up to help you. At least that's what I want to say about this particular condition. And I say, I'm proud to have this condition and I don't feel shame or embarrassed. I feel proud to have it because I have been training myself and I still had sometimes hard to focus on reading new things online or in books, but I'm still training. I'm still learning how to read those particular words and how it actually means. That is all I want to say. If you had still, like I said, if you still had anyone in your family, friends, neighbor, if you know of anyone who has this condition, stand up, be there, help them, and always be their friend who could have someone in their close by region. Just stand up for them. Be proud. And well, everyone, that's all I want to say. Subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Switch Double over and out.